Hey guys, Legend and All back again today, looking at Warlock Master of the Arcane. So, this is a game that came out on Steam not very long ago, a couple days ago. And a lot of people are comparing it to Civilization 5. And, I mean, they should. It's a turn-based strategy game with hex tiles. So, that comparison is going to happen. I looked into this game. I saw previews of this on two different channels, Total Biscuit's channel and the Yogscast channel. I saw a video of this on both of those, and from watching that, I kind of liked it, so I went ahead and I bought it. And I just wanted to do a quick video of it here just to kind of rant about its comparison to Civ 5 a little bit, and also kind of go through how you make a game. So, as of now, the first thing you'll notice is that right now it doesn't have any multiplayer. It didn't have multiplayer on launch, which it still doesn't, but they have already said that they are going to put it in. So multiplayer will be patched in, it will have it. This will be a multiplayer game as well, so that's awesome. Now, comparisons between this and Civ 5. I myself have played like 80 hours or so of Civilization 5 on Steam. I've played enough of the game to know what it's about, and hopefully there aren't any Civ 5 fanboys out there who are just going to be like, oh, well, this game is just a plagiarism of Civ 5. No, it's not. And if it is, it's a better one. I'm sorry. For every good thing that Civ 5 had, for every step forward that it made in its progress, it took like 3 steps back. A couple very major things. Something as simple as unit combat animations not working in multiplayer. That was terrible. It made multiplayer incredibly boring. No one really wanted to play it because your units just kind of stood still and had a staring contest, and then one of them just fell over dead instantly. So that was no good. Also, Civ 5's diplomacy, probably the worst thing since Hitler himself. Civ 5's diplomacy was god-awful. If you were at war with someone, like an AI, if you were just playing by yourself, single player, you were at war with the AI, they had like 1 city left, you had like 50, they had like 1 unit, you had like 200, so they're obviously outnumbered, they're obviously going to lose. And you've been at war with them, you took all their cities, their capitals left, and they opened trade agreement with you, negotiation for peace. And they're like, hey, we want peace. And you're like, okay, propose, what'll make this work? And they're like, well, we'll give you peace, and we'll open our borders so you can like walk around our stuff and all that, like our 1 city that we have. And you're gonna give us peace, you're gonna open your borders to us, and you're also gonna give us 8,000 gold, access to your horses for the rest of the game, all of your iron and all your luxury resources, your firstborn children, and your soul. It's pretty much what they wanted. When they were obviously on the losing end, they were in no position to demand anything, and yet they did. So, winning Civ 5 as far as like solving things through diplomacy, no, it didn't work. It just didn't. In this game, it does. I have already played this game for a little over 10 hours or so before doing this, because I wanted to know what I was getting into before I started talking about it. So, this game's diplomacy is better. Now, right here, we're going to go to New Game. I'm going to show you kind of the stuff you go through in order to get to a game. And then I'll take a minute to kind of show you one that I've done a little bit of already. Actually, no, I won't. I changed my mind. I want that to kind of be a surprise. I'll make a new game here, and I'll just play through it. I'll play through it with you guys. Let me see. So we'll just do normal. You've got your difficulty modes. Relaxed, casual, normal, challenging, and impossible. Which we're not doing. So you pick your difficulty. Next. This is the world configuration screen. Now, you can either choose to have a cylindrical world or a flat world. A flat world means that it will be bordered on all sides, kind of like you're playing in a box, so it won't wrap around. Cylindrical world means that the top and bottom will be bordered, but the sides will wrap around and link with each other. So we're going to do cylindrical. Over here, so you got 4 different world types. We've got Great Land, Supercontinent, Continents, and Islands. Now, I did a little bit of playing on an islands map earlier, and the islands are very small. The islands are not very large. There's a lot of them. They're just not very large, at least from what I've seen. That would probably have something to do with the world size. I think I picked medium, the normal size there earlier, just because. But let's do this. Let's do Great Land. I don't know what that kind of means. And then there's either small, normal, large, or huge for world size. We're gonna go with huge. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna go as big as we can get. Now, okay, so rival great mages, you get to choose how many opponents you have. 6 is probably fine. We'll do 5. We'll do 5. I want to have some space so that I'm not like butting heads with people instantly in the game. Now here's the cool thing about this game. Additional worlds 4. You can crank this up. I'm going to crank it all the way up to 6. So now you see these 6 little globes here. What this means now is that me and all the other great mages are going to be fighting and playing in this main world called Ardania, however you want to pronounce it. This is where we're all going to be. Now, throughout this world, scattered around, there's going to be 6 portals, and each portal links up with one of these smaller worlds. And within those worlds are 1, shit tons of enemies that are fairly high level, and 2, a whole lot of very rare resource tiles that if you manage to clear out the area, if you manage to clear out the world around the portal on its end and get a settler through and make a city there, you have the potential to make several cities in these worlds on some very rare nodes on the ground. So they're incredibly valuable, incredibly valuable. So this is the settings we're going to go with. Next. Now, this is probably another one of my favorite parts about this. So, we'll cycle through the mages. So, we got Moralbus the Hat, Anna the Benign, Nicholas Frost, Grand Librarian, Elfirister the Eternal, Empress, King Lich the Fifth, Rajak, King Rat. I think he was from a different game that Paradox had also done, but I didn't play it, so I don't remember the exact title. Solditor Vega, Ashar the Wisest, Tendril, son of Vendril, who looks awesome. And then we're back here again. So, there's a lot of different portraits to choose from, and they all have perks and spells. They have starter spells and starter perks. So this is what you'll begin the game with. You can see the color here, and you can see which race this particular guy has. There's humans, there is undead, and there is monster. That's the only 3. There's human, undead, and monster. Now, the best thing here that I think is really cool is what I can do is, let's see, I'll go to this guy. I like this guy. He looks badass. So I'm going to go to here, to Tendril, son of Vendril, and I'm going to hit Customize. I can change the race to whatever I want. I can change my color to whatever I want. These are the perks I'm initially given. I can say balls to that, don't like them. These are the spells I was given initially. I can say I don't want to do that either. I got 10 points. I can spend these 10 points however I want. I can put these anywhere. Doesn't matter. Anywhere that I want, which is really cool. I think that that's amazing. Really amazing. So, really the portraits here, it's really just cosmetic, because I could make this portrait and I could give him like the same stuff that King Rat had. I think he was like treasury magnate, trader, and like a fireball or shadow bolt or something. So like I could give him the abilities of King Rat if I wanted money-based stuff, but I wanted to look like him. So really, really cool. I am a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of that. So let me see. The races determine the units that you get. Humans have units, monster have units, and undead have units, and they're all different. And their buildings are different as well. For example, when you're undead, the undead army is mostly based off of mana. Okay, so you still have food, and you still use it, but you don't use it so much for like unit and army upkeep like you would in the other two. Sorry, I'm drinking a little bit of sweet tea here. Early in the morning. Early sweet tea. I'm gonna pick... I'm doing a pretty long game as monsters right now, actually. It's going on for a long time, I'll put it that way. I'm gonna go with the humans. I'll go with the humans. Try them out. When you're playing the game, if one of your rival great mages, say, has undead as a race and you capture their city, then that city is undead. You can make, like, the undead settlers out of there to make more undead cities. You can make all the undead buildings and units and stuff, so you will have the opportunity over the course of the game to play with all three races' units if you conquer other people's stuff. You will have that opportunity. So let me see. I don't know what I'm going to go with, actually. I'm not 100% sure. So, another thing here, since it's all, like, magic-y and stuff, there are 8 gods. Agrella, Daros, Krolum, Helia, Crypta, Fervus, Grumgog, and Lunord. Now, all 8 of those have their own relation, and once we get into game, I can kind of show you what the template for it looks like, kind of how they're shown on the screen. I am not 100% sure which one I want to go with. I've never really tried Fervus before. I think I'll try Fervus. I might give myself bonus relation to him. That'll let me start off the game with some God's favor already, which is pretty cool. Let's go for it. So that's 6 points. It is a lot of points, but I think it's okay. I think it's worth it. Over here, Master of Blades and the Demonic Advisor. These are like extra units that you can get if you put perks into them. I don't know what they do in game because I have not gotten them to check, but this is part of the DLC content for the game. I pre-ordered it before it even was released, so I got this for free. But I don't know how good these guys are. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm gonna spend my other 4 points here on Conjurer, because mana in this game is incredibly important, at least to me. The playstyle that I think I'm gonna like to take, I'm very, very mana heavy. Very mana heavy. I guess in that way, using undead as a race is really good, because undead have a lot of buildings about mana, but I want to play as the humans. So we're gonna set up like this, and we're gonna get into the game. So I'm going to cut this one here. This was just kind of to show you the creation screen here, kind of talk a little bit about the game. So far, I'm very, very impressed with this game. The thing with it is, in Civ 5, you had combat, yeah, but your units took like 10 turns to build. You didn't encounter another person sometimes. Like if you were playing the Archipelago map style with a bunch of islands, good lord, if you were playing on that style map in Civ 5, you didn't encounter another race for like the first 600 years of the game. It was insane. So in this game, you can find like a neutral city and be attacking it on like your second turn or your third turn, depending on how crowded your world was made by you in the configuration. You could be attacking and taking cities on your second or third turn, which is really good. So it's like Civ 5, but with more combat in it. Now, if you want a strategy game that is just all about the combat, then you should get Shogun Total War. Because Shogun Total War is all about the combat. That's the entire point. Its tile improvement and empire basis is very weak. It's there, but it's very weak. Their main selling point is the combat. And it's also a RTS. It is a real-time strategy game as opposed to this, which is a turn-based. They're both hex tile, but this one is turn-based. I like them both. A lot of people are like, ew, turn-based game, and they just instantly just don't like it. I don't know. Sometimes when I'm playing a strategy game, I like the fact that every now and then I can just kind of sit back and think about what I want to do or where I want to build stuff. I really like that. I like being able to do that. I think that's cool. So, I've enjoyed this game a lot so far from what I've played, and hopefully I'll be able to showcase a little bit of it, and hopefully you guys will like it as well, and will want to buy it. So, with that being said, I'm going to cut this one here. This has been Legendary Narwhal, and next time, we're going to jump straight into the game. So, see you guys next time.